If you're buying or selling a home in 2026, here's the vibe in one sentence. People are ready to move, but nobody wants to feel like they got played. Buyers are motivated, but they're more price sensitive. Sellers still want strong price, but they're watching the market closely. And almost everyone feels like the economy is riskier than it used to be. So today I'm going to show you how that mindset changes negotiations and how to win in it. In this video, I'm going to cover 3 things. First, what I expect buyers and sellers to care about most in 2026. Second, why fair value is going to be the phrase that decides a ton of deals. And third, exactly how to talk about inflation, affordability, and price confidence so you can negotiate without panic and without regret. Whether you're buying or selling, this is about making a smart move without overstretching. One quick reality check before we get into the specifics. Consumer expectations don't always match what the market actually does. Rates can change. Inventory can change. Your local market can behave differently from national headlines. But expectations still matter because they shape behavior. And behavior shapes showings, offers, price reductions, and what actually closes. So even if the market surprises us, these mindsets will still drive the conversations in 2026. First thing, people are still going to buy and sell in 2026 because life doesn't pause. Job changes happen. Families grow. People downsize. Divorce happens. Parents need help. People relocate. So yes, homes will sell and buyers will buy. But the process is going to feel more cautious, less rush in, more prove it to me. That's the shift that you need to expect going into 2026. Let's talk buyers first. In 2026, a lot of buyers will be financially stretched, even if they look fine on paper, because it's not just the mortgage, it's insurance, it's taxes, utilities, maintenance, and everyday costs that still feel inflated. So buyers aren't just asking, can we qualify? They're asking, will we still have breathing room? That's why price sensitivity is higher, even for strong, well-qualified buyers. And I want to say this clearly. More cautious doesn't mean that buyers are cheap. It means they're thinking like risk managers. They're worried about being house poor. They're worried about surprise expenses. They're worried about getting stuck with a payment they can't unwind if life changes. So you'll hear things like, we love it, but we don't want to increase our offer. That's going to be normal in 2026, and it's not going away. Now sellers. In 2026, sellers still want a strong price, and that's fair. But more sellers are also realizing that the market isn't automatically rewarding optimism. If a home feels overpriced for its condition, buyers don't just complain, they often skip it, or they simply walk away. Or they come in with a tougher offer later. So sellers are balancing 2 fears at the same time. I don't want to leave money on the table, and I don't want to chase the market down either. Here's the underlying mood that affects both sides in 2026. Everyone feels like the economy is riskier. Not necessarily crash tomorrow fear, more like I don't trust the cost to stay stable. Insurance goes up, taxes adjust, basic life expenses stay high. So the real estate decision isn't just about the home, it's about certainty. People are paying for stability, but they don't want to overpay for it. If 2026 had one phrase that decides deals, it's this: fair value. Fair value isn't just a price. It's a feeling backed by proof. Buyers want to feel that the home is worth what they're paying. Sellers want to feel they're getting what the home deserves. And when either side doesn't feel that, negotiations get tense fast. So your goal in 2026 is to create price confidence. So fair value feels obvious, not debatable. To buyers, fair value usually means this: the price matches the condition. The updates or lack of updates are reflected in the number, that there aren't any hidden money pit problems, and that the monthly payment still allows a normal life. Buyers will pay for value, but they won't pay for someone else's fantasy number. So if you're a buyer, your best power move in 2026 is simple: make your offer make sense. To sellers, fair value usually means you price based on real comparable sales, not a headline. You're not giving it away. You're not being punished for listing at the wrong time. And you can move on to the next chapter without regret. But here's the reality. Buyers decide fair value with their wallets. So your pricing and negotiation strategy has to align with current buyer behavior, not last year's story. Quick pause. If you're buying or selling in 2026, drop a comment and tell me which one you are, your general price range and your state. I make weekly videos on real world negotiations and strategy. So if you want more of this, please go ahead and subscribe. Now let's get practical, because in 2026, the people who win are the ones who communicate clearly about affordability, inflation, and price confidence. If you're a buyer, here's your first practical move. Stop shopping by your max approval. Shop by your comfort range. Ask your lender for 3 numbers: your max approval, a comfortable payment, and a conservative payment. Then choose the number that you can live with, not the number that you technically qualify for, because you're not just buying a home, you're buying a monthly commitment in a world that still feels expensive. Here's a line you can literally use in 2026 without sounding dramatic. I'm approved up to X amount, but I want to shop in a range where the payment still leaves us breathing room. That phrase is powerful because it's honest and it signals you're serious, not reckless. It also sets you up to negotiate better because you're not emotionally attached to maxing out. You're attached to a smart decision. Next, buyers. Build your offers around proof, not fear. Instead of "we have to win," think, what do comps support? How does the condition compare? And what repairs or updates are coming soon? In 2026, the strongest buyers aren't always the highest offer. They're the buyers who look reasonable, prepared, and easy to work with. A clean, logical offer, especially with flexible timing, can beat a higher offer that feels messy or risky. And don't get stuck thinking negotiation is only price. In 2026, concessions can matter just as much. Closing cost credits, repair credits, or a seller paid rate buydown. Sometimes you don't need the lowest price. You need the best monthly payment and the least financial stress. So when you negotiate, think like this: what improves my real life monthly picture? Not just what makes the purchase price smaller. One more buyer move that saves people from regret. Decide your walkaway point before you fall in love. What's your top number? What inspection items are deal breakers? How much back and forth are you willing to do? Because the worst negotiation happens when you're tired, emotional, and just want to get it done. In 2026, it's completely okay to wait or walk away if the deal doesn't feel like fair value. Now, sellers. Here's the big one. In 2026, you price for trust, not for headlines. Buyers are scanning listings, asking, does this price match this condition? If it doesn't, they don't argue with you. They just move on. So the goal is to be the best value in your price band, not the highest maybe. If you want more showings, more leverage, and cleaner negotiations, it starts with a price that feels defensible on day 1. Sellers, pay close attention to the first 10 to 14 days. That's when you get the most honest feedback. If the showings are slow or you're getting the same comment like needs updating or price high for the condition, don't ignore it. In 2026, buyers will wait you out if they think a reduction is coming. A smart early adjustment often protects your bottom line more than waiting too long and chasing the market down. Now, sellers, in 2026, negotiation is not an insult. Many buyers will ask for something: a credit, repairs, a buy down for you to pay their agent, a price adjustment based on inspection. Your job is to decide what's reasonable, what's negotiable, and what's a hard no. And then respond clearly. Dragging it out creates doubt, and doubt kills deals. If you handle requests calmly and quickly, you often keep more control and protect your net. Now, the big conversation everyone is having in their head: inflation, and uncertainty. Here's the healthiest way to approach 2026 without spiraling. Separate controllables from uncontrollables. You can control your monthly comfort zone, your reserves, the condition of the home, and whether the price is supported by comps. You can't control future rates, headlines, or national trends. So the question becomes, what decision still works if things stay weird? This is what a smart buyer sounds like in 2026. We've reviewed the comps and the price makes sense for the condition. Because of some bigger ticket items like the roof or the HVAC, we're comfortable where we're coming in. And we're also asking for help with closing costs or a rate buy down so the payment stays manageable. And we're flexible on timing to keep the deal smooth. That's not aggressive. That's clear, reasonable, and confident. This is how a seller can respond in 2026 without getting defensive. I understand you're trying to manage costs. Everyone is right now. We're open to addressing the specific issue because that's fair. We can't do everything you request, but we can help with some things to keep the deal moving. If that works, we're ready to move forward. That keeps you reasonable without losing the buyer. If you're stuck on should we wait, whether you're a buyer or a seller, try this mindset. It's okay to be cautious. The market won't be perfect. If the payment feels comfortable or the price makes sense, move forward carefully. If it doesn't, pause intentionally and set a date to revisit. That keeps you in control, not stuck in fear. So here's the 2026 takeaway. People are ready to transact, but they're more price sensitive, emotionally cautious, and financially stretched. They want fair value and they will negotiate, wait, or walk away to get it. And everyone feels the economy is riskier, so confidence matters more than hype. Whether you're buying or selling, the win is price confidence, evidence, clarity, and a plan. If this made you think a little differently about timing or pricing, drop a comment and tell me what part of the decision feels hardest right now. And if this video helped you, please like it and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. And remember, in 2026, the best deals aren't rushed. They're well structured. I'm Lily Vallario with eXp Realty, and I really appreciate you staying till the end. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.